doesn't like pizza?
Steam come out from there. Look at that.
There is some great pizza around Kansas City. No, I don't mean any of these. But I mean, when you want to narrow down where to get pizza, there's, New York style, there's Detroit style apparently, there's Chicago style, there's your basic thick crust. Like, what kind of pizza do you want? So with that in mind, I'm going to show you some of my favorite pizzerias around Kansas City with multiple different styles. And I cannot have any kind of list around Kansas City pizza without including Minsky's. And while there are a lot of options to choose from, there are two that for me are the definite winners. There's a reason there's several Minsky's locations around Kansas City. And if you can't tell, that reason is delicious pizza. I like Minsky's so much that I actually went there 2 different times in the space of filming the different pizzerias for this video.
So if you're going to be in Kansas City, there's a couple pizza places you should definitely try, but this is definitely one of them. So anytime I'm wanting to get a thicker cut of pizza that has a very good layer of toppings, Minsky's is where I go. Big fan of the prime cut because it's got a big old nice slice of bacon on it. And while prime cut is my favorite, one that sounds weird but is actually way better than you'd think is the white cheddar bacon mac and cheese. But it's great. So I got leftovers. I'm gonna be eating good for a couple days. There's a reason Minsky's is blown up around Kansas City. It's good stuff.
Maybe you want something with plenty of toppings like Minsky's, but a slightly thinner crust. Let's check out Buffalo State. Buffalo State's another pizzeria that has a few locations around Kansas City, and they're definitely worth checking out. I don't know what kind of sausage they use, but it's got just enough kick to it that, oh, it's so good.
It is super fresh, hot, and steamy. Steam coming off of there. Look at that. Some good sausage they have on there.
And Buffalo State is a place that does not skimp on the cheese. I mean, look how stretchy that is.
Good pizza.
Now, when I'm looking for a true New York style pizza, I go to something that's not been around Kansas City for too long.
So let's go check out my favorite pizzeria in all of Kansas City. The weird thing is though, I've never actually been here. It's Pizza Tascio. I think I'm going to do one of the pepperonis right here, and those like pepperoni and honey. Yep, hot honey and coconut. All right, so yeah, slice of that, slice of that.
Actually, I might do a slice of the cheese as well.
Before I get too many questions about how can it be your favorite pizzeria if you've never even been there, I've gotten delivery from here quite a few times. But I've never actually been to the location myself because it's always been delivery. Like a big slice, so we obviously can fold it over. It's nice and greasy, and it's got a crisp crust under the center, but not so crisp that you can't fold it. It definitely feels like I'm eating a New York style pizza in Kansas City. So this one's a little different. It's supposed to be like honey, it's got some jalapeno peppers. Oh my god, that's way better than the basic pepperoni. The basic pepperoni was already really good. And actually coming in means I can try a variety here, where normally I get delivery, so it's just one massive pie. So I didn't want to film the guys that were in there but I got into a big conversation with them. I've only known about Pizza Tascio for 6 to 8 months-ish. And it quickly became my favorite pizzeria in town. Come to find out, there's a reason I haven't known about them for very long. The entire company has only been open for about 3 years or so. So obviously it's very new, but it hit the ground running. This place is fantastic. I recommend it to anyone that hasn't heard of it. And if you live in the Kansas City area or happen to be traveling here, make time to come to Pizza Tascio. It's delicious.
All right, after that pizza, I'm craving something a little sweet. And I'm not somebody who eats a lot of chocolate or candy, but I do get down on some cookies.
About a mile from Pizza Tascio is my favorite cookie shop in all of Kansas City. It's Blue Chip Cookies.
So I'm not going to make a whole cookie episode because this is the only place I even get cookies. Anyone that knows me knows that I love a good cookie. But anytime I want a cookie, Blue Chip is where I go. So that's why I'm not going to have an actually whole cookie episode. I'm a big fan of oatmeal raisin, even though I know a lot of people aren't. That's my favorite. But that's enough about Blue Chip. Let's get back to pizza. Alright, so I've got to show you another location that has New York style pizza. This place does more than just pizza, but it was my favorite place to get a New York style pizza before I found Pizza Tascio. So since I used to have this as my top spot, it's now on my number 2 spot, I still got to share it. So I'm really here for the pizza, but I've heard great things about their Philly cheesesteak, and I've never gotten around to trying it. So today I'm gonna. It's got all the cheese whiz on it just like it's supposed to. And it's pretty good. Although I think chartreuse caboose might still be my favorite for cheesesteaks. But we're actually here for pizza. So this is the first time I've bought them by the slice. I'm usually here with other people or with the family, and I get a big pizza to go. Thin and greasy, so you definitely have to fold it up. With it being real thin, there's not like a ton of toppings. It's not overly thick with the toppings. And with how thin these are, they go down real quick. I mean, look at this. Yeah, I love the crust, but there's no pepperoni on the crust. But even though it's my second favorite for New York style pizza, that doesn't mean I still don't eat here. Now, why still go there if it's not my favorite New York slice? It's not just about the food. The food is still great, but that outside patio area on a nice day like this is fantastic. So the next time you're looking for pizza in Kansas City, you've got to try one of these. And for anyone who's actually already tried one of these, let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's messy. I'm gripping. I'm gripping.
So it's obviously very new, but it's a big old truck driving by. But as anyone who eats pizza as much as me, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.